Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. I am going to be interviewing Cassandra again. Cassandra's back on the show today. So we're going to have some fun, and she is actually going to be interviewing me. So I'm going to give you some beauty tips. So remember, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, please push the red subscribe button on my home page of the YouTube channel. And don't forget to push the notification bell. And then you're going to be alerted to all the videos coming up in the future. Like, share, and comment, you guys. You know, I respond to all your comments. So I want you to sit back, relax, get yourself your favorite beverage. I'm on my way to get some coffee. And I want to welcome you back to another edition of Beauty Therapy Sundays. All right, you guys, I'm making my way down the road to Cassandra's house. So I was thinking, you know, if you guys ever have any questions about makeup or beauty that you'd like me to answer on the show, or something you'd like me to demo on the show, just send me an email. Send me an email at marcusjeter1610@gmail.com, or you can also DM me on Facebook or Instagram. So, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you, all right? So I'm going to keep my eyes on the road because these people in Chicago, honey, they drive like they're crazy. All right, so I will get back to you when I get to Cassandra's house. All right, you guys, I made it here. I'm with Cassandra.
Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more.
I got like Cassandra. So I made it in that Chicago traffic, girl.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes, I'm so glad you could be here.
I'm so glad I'm with you.
I'm so glad, you guys.
I love you.
I love you too.
So
I love you too.
More kisses later.
Yeah.
No more?
No more.
No.
So anyway, you guys know Cassandra is the only female pro boxing official or judge in Illinois.
Yes.
The only one. She's doing her thing. Doing it. So what's your next match?
My next match, well, I do pro and amateur.
Okay.
So my next,
So why do you do amateur too? Because people probably want to know why you do both.
Yeah. Well, I love boxing.
Okay.
So for me, boxing is boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Every event, every match I can do, I want to be a part of. You stay in amateurs because that's where all the young up and coming newbies are coming from.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it keeps you sharp.
Yeah, okay, all right.
It keeps you sharp.
Is judging pro a little different than judging amateur?
Yes.
Is the scoring the same or different, or are you looking for different things?
You're looking for different things. Okay, so the scoring is different. So how it happens with in amateurs, there's a 10, 9, or 8. Okay? So if it's a 10-9 round, it's pretty close.
Okay.
A 10-8 round, clear winner.
Okay.
10-7 round, he was destroyed. It was just completely outclassed, outboxed, outmatched.
Okay. Right.
And so in amateurs also, we have to protect the boxer, so they can't take too much punishment. If there's too much punishment, you just stop the bout.
And you mean punishment? You mean by punches?
Punches.
Right? Okay.
He's the person. I can't say he, she, or he.
Okay, yeah, both.
They're getting really
pummeled.
They're taking a beating, and in amateurs, you don't want them to take that much of a beating because they still have their pro career to come, right?
Okay,
so you want to protect them because they're amateurs, they're learning, they're not the big dogs yet. They're puppies becoming the big dogs.
So they're learning.
They're learning as well. They're bad.
Okay.
But they're learning as well. Okay. So in the pros, you're dealing with the big boys. It's all about punishment.
Okay.
It's the hurt business.
How much you can
Well, you're going to take it and you're going to give it, and you're looking for just punishment. So who really just beat the other one's butt? Really. And even with boxing, who outboxed them, outmaneuvered, and just beat his butt or beat her butt? Like who really took the initiative to be the best person that day 100%, and damage is included. In amateurs, we try to keep the damage away, so you stop bouts a little earlier.
Oh, okay.
But also in pros, you can't just you want to protect both parties involved. You got to protect both boxers. Okay. So although they take more of a beating than they do in amateurs, you still will sometimes stop it when it's just ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that
in order to not for the boxer not to be terribly injured?
Terribly injured. You don't want to end their careers.
Oh.
And you don't want to die in the ring.
Oh wow.
You know, like it's yeah.
So your responsibility as a pro, judge, like you said, is to protect that. It's to judge, but also protect at the same time. So you have dual kind of responsibilities.
The referee.
Okay.
That's the one who watches the action up close and personal.
Okay.
And that referee determines if the other boxer's taking too much punishment and has the authority and the power to stop a fight.
Oh, okay.
My job is to just watch and see who the better person is in that bout.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. So you have quite a trained eye.
Yeah.
Like eagle precision. You have to really be watching every blow, right?
You have to go in there with 100%.
The keen eye.
Clear mind, clear eye. You don't want any distractions when you go to watch that fight. And I'll tell you this. The boxers have put so much time and effort and they pour themselves into their craft of becoming the absolute best boxer they can.
Right, okay.
The least I can do as a judge is to bring my absolute A game, my eagle eye, my complete attention and devotion to that bout. And you don't watch a fight overall. You watch it bout. You watch it, bout by bout. This is bout 1. This is bout 2. This is bout. Yeah, you watch it just each and every second of those 3 minutes. Each and every second of those 2 minutes, depending on if they're like little kids, a minute and a half, or the timing changes in amateurs as far as like the 3 minute thing. But you just give them your undivided attention. You just sit there and you just devote and pour your eyes and focus onto those two boxers.
Now, I don't know this, but so a lot of the subscribers don't know this either.
Yeah.
How long is a fight? Now, if somebody knocks somebody out, then it's over, right? If they knock them out in the first round, is it a round?
It's a round.
They knock them out in the first round, it's over, right?
Yeah.
But if they don't, how many rounds are there?
Okay, so in amateurs, they're usually 3 minute 3 rounders.
3 minutes, 3 rounds. So a fight's not that long, really.
In amateurs. But that's still 9 minutes for amateurs because they're puppies. They're new.
Right.
In pros, you have everything from a 4-round fight to I think there's 6. They have 8, 12, 10.
12 rounds?
Oh, that's all pros do. Like the championship fights. They're all 12.
How long is each round?
3 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can take. They could beat you down.
They will wear you out.
I've been running out the ring, jumping off. I'm gone.
I ain't going in. Like that, girl. No, I'm not going in. So that's the thing. So when you go into pros, you have the 4-rounders. You have the 6-rounders. You have the 10-rounders.
So you have that endurance has to be. Your endurance has to be quite up to par.
Incredible.
That's why they train so hard.
They train so hard,
Because you were training boxing. You and your daughters were training just for exercise. And it's pretty intense.
It's horrible. And the thing, but I love it.
I'm training like this.
I'm with you now. We both doing that. But when
my arm lifted this.
I do doubles. I do doubles. But the thing about it is that when we were at the gym, and we were working out with my old trainer, Jimmy Quire. He's a pro boxer now, but it was just so good. Yeah. And this is what they're doing with us. They're not fighting us.
Yeah, no, they're just training you for the exercise part.
Lots
the endurance part.
Yeah, lots of mitt work.
Right.
Lots of combinations.
Okay.
And stuff, but we loved it. But there's also lots of exercise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not just in the ring.
Right.
We
because you're doing that and you're kicking
and
you're jump roping.
I ain't kicking nobody. That's kickboxing.
Okay.
We just boxing.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's another kind of boxing, right?
We ain't street fighting.
Exactly. Right. Garbage can leave. Right.
Nobody want to fight you.
Go back to the ghetto, buddy.
Baby.
To the hood if we have to.
Let me tell you something. Don't let these bright shirts fool you.
Exactly. Okay. All right.
We know what to do when it's time to do it.
Exactly. So what is your next fight? When is your next fight?
Oh, the commission will let me know.
Okay.
So
okay.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
But when I did have my first pro show, they were so loving. Everybody, the older officials, the pros who've been around for years, they were all there. They were all supportive of me. Okay. They sort of held my hand and cheered me on. It was so nice.
And you enjoy this, so you really. I know she is still passionate about. You can tell she's really passionate about boxing. And that's just like, because I think you had mentioned before in the last interview that we did, or last conversation that we had. Yeah. That you watched it as a little girl. I mean, you were like, you just kind of love for it. And isn't it great, you guys, that you can have a passion for something, love for something, and then it becomes your career? That is like so cool.
It's a blessing.
That's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
And then to be the only female pro judge.
Yeah. And all women, but that's the thing, all women are welcome.
Yeah.
But you have to.
It's a lot of work, though. You guys have to tell you this. I remember when she first started training to be a judge, it was a lot of work. I mean, she judged over 1,000 fights.
Yeah.
Amateur. Yeah. 1,000 fights, you guys.
And I love it.
Think of that number. You go to a place 1,000 times.
Different places.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know,
that's training, honey. Well, that's building your muscle.
Absolutely. You know? What happens when you go to a fight, there may be 13 bouts that night.
And you just all 13?
All 13, baby.
Girl, I'm just tired thinking about that.
When I first started...
Give a brother a big
well, give a sister a Big Mac. I like Big Mac. And caramel. What is it, frappe?
Right.
So good. Are we hungry?
I guess we are.
I guess we be hungry.
Exactly.
When I first started, I would do 25.
In a night?
Bouts.
Oh, my Lord.
One night.
Wow.
The best. Wow. The best, because you're sitting there and it's 25, and I just love it.
Building that muscle.
I'm building that muscle. But I love it. See, that's the thing. If you love it. And
it doesn't seem like, it's just like me doing makeup.
Yeah.
I love what I do, especially when I'm working with my friends, my sister, people. We had so much fun this morning when I was doing our makeup. We've been just laughing and giggling. So I just, I love that, because it doesn't seem like work. You know, just when you're passionate about what you do, it takes that.
When you love what you do, it's never work.
Yeah.
So I don't look at it as 1,000 fights. Yeah. I don't look at it as 1,000, because if I had 25 fights one night, and then there's some nights you only have like 3 or 4 fights, and there's some nights you have 15 or 13. Okay. But it's all the same to me. It's all boxing, and it's all great, and it's all wonderful. I love amateurs. I love that. Thank God that I've done the work to become a pro, and I'm part of that group now of incredible people. It's my boxing family. Yeah. Everybody's so good to me. Yeah, but you can tell. But they're good to me. And but that first night of my my pro debut, I was so worked up. Wow. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the big show. Oh my gosh. And then you get there.
You were so prepared.
But when you get there,
it's like everything goes back. It's like riding a bike. It's like, okay, let's do this. Let's get to work.
Yeah, it's because it's a bigger stage.
Yeah, exactly.
And you want to really be prepared.
Okay, which you always are.
Praise God, thank you, Jesus. But you still leave nothing to chance.
Yeah, exactly.
You still just don't be prepared. And you don't want to go in there with the big lights and get frightened.
Yeah, exactly.
See, anything could happen.
Yeah, of course.
Because we're human, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But my mentor was there for my first pro. Celestina was there for my first amateur fight and my first pro. Okay. Al was there. Yeah. I could just name drop all that. Even everybody was there. Everybody was so good to me.
That's good.
Even Joelle was like, "You can do this," and I'm like, okay, because you want that encouragement. Yeah. Because they encourage you to be great.
Yes, exactly.
And that when people are cheering you on, it makes all the difference in the world.
It makes all the difference in the world.
They want you to be a part of it.
Yeah, they want you to be, and they want you to be successful.
Yeah. Like everybody was so good to me. Yeah.
So Cassandra has prepared some questions for me, you guys, in regards. So she's going to kind of interview me in regards to makeup and beauty. Do you have the floor?
Honey, I have a list from way back, baby. Marcus, you love women.
I do. I absolutely love women.
Yes.
I love making people feel good about themselves. I love reminding women, because a lot of women that I work with, as you guys know, the majority of what I do is I do makeup for print advertising and TV commercials and that sort of thing. But I have a long line of what I call my private clients, and these are women who could afford my services. I go to their homes, I do their makeup for events and whatever they may have. And so what I like is I like reminding women who they were. Because sometimes you're a mom, you know that.
Too.
So sometimes when when they get married, they become a mom, they're so involved in their husband's career and their kids or whatever, or their sons or whatever, that they forget who they are. So it's nice. I love that when I go in and I remind them who they were before all of that.
Yeah.
Because I think women are natural nurturers by nature, and they put all their energy somewhere else, and they don't put the energy on themselves.
Yeah.
And I like to bring that energy back to them, that power back. I like to remind them of their power.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because women are, basically make the universe. I mean, the women are, mothers of the world. And I want them to, be reminded of that power that they have. Yeah. I'm a feminist. I was raised by a feminist. Yeah. I'm a feminist. I believe in women's rights. I believe in everything equal for women. Yeah. And so that's just very, very a large part of who I am and what I believe. Yeah. And so I love the power of women. I love powerful women.
And we love you.
Oh, thank you.
We love you so.
Thank you.
I don't even know how to put on proper mascara.
Okay.
I'm not good at makeup. I have things. I have moles. I have stuff going on. I don't know what to do with them. Marcus. Mm-hmm. Basic makeup. For a person like me.
Okay.
Don't know much about makeup. I know how to put on the basic, super simple stuff. I guess.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
My day. How does a woman? What's your approach? How should I approach makeup as just a woman who don't know anything?
Okay. First thing I usually say is when women approach me about their everyday makeup, they're busy. Sometimes they're moms, they're wives, they have jobs, and they're always say to me, Marcus, can you teach me how to do something I need to be quick? Can you teach me how to do something like in 5-10 minutes? My response is that, honey, if you do something in 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to look like it was done in 5 to 10 minutes. So I would say, don't think of makeup as a chore. It's not a chore. Think of it, this is your time, your space for you to love yourself and pamper yourself. That's what makeup is. It's not something you have to do. Oh, I got to put this makeup on. No, it's something that I sit down, I love myself, I pamper myself, and you need to think of it that way. Yeah. So what I would tell women, you want a nice foundation, a nice base. Something simple, especially for every day you're going to work and so forth. Then you want a little powder, a nice powder. I like an HD powder because it's really, really light and you can't see it. So it doesn't look like you have powder on. So once you have that particular base on, and then you can do a little concealer on top of your base. What that does is it brightens up your face. Okay. It kind of flattens this area and it brightens up. So once you have all of that on, foundation, powder, concealer, you have that on, then you just do a neutral eye, something very simple. I always tell women, don't try to go overboard. Don't try to deal with colors. Colors are more an advanced thing, an advanced way of applying eyeshadow. Yeah. You can go wrong when you don't know about how to when you don't know how to blend color. You can go a little wrong. Yes. So do a neutral eye. Once you have a simple neutral eye on, do mascara on the top lashes only, a little bit of blush. You should look like you're blushing, not going to work, should be heavy, well blended, a little lip gloss. So that's what I think for just an everyday, and do your brows. Brush your brows up and add some color into your brows. So something very, very simple.
Okay, now you say mascara on the top lash. Mm-hmm. Why not the bottom?
Well, okay, first thing off is that sometimes when you put mascara on the bottom lashes, especially if you work in an environment with fluorescent light, with overhead light, what it does is the light catches in between each lash and it makes you look dark under the eye.
Okay. No one wants that look.
Yeah, you don't want to look dark under the eyes. No. And then when you apply mascara, to the top lashes only. You know how little girls have that big open eye look, and they look like they have these long lashes on top? Yeah. That's the look you're trying to mimic. Okay. So that's why I say don't put it on the bottom. Okay. Your eyes look youthful, alive, and open when you just put it on the top. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now, when it comes to moisturizer, I notice when Marcus does my makeup, Marcus uses extra moisturizer. I'll moisturize my face. But Marcus uses extra moisturizer. Does it? Why? Because I want the foundation that I'm using just to glide on. I want it to glide on. I don't want to hit any dry patches or anything like that when I'm working with skin. So I do hydrate the skin very, very well, particularly around the eyes. I want to make sure that that under eye area is completely lubricated. So also when I'm putting foundation and I'm putting powder, it's not going to crease in any way. It's not going to get caught in the fine lines because that area is so highly hydrated. Okay. That's why I do that. Yeah. Now, so I like a smoky eye. Marcus, I love smoky eye, but I don't know what to do because I look like a wild raccoon. Just raccoon in the alley, baby, throwing over cans when I do it. Okay. How do I approach a smoky eye? What's the is it even basic? Like, yeah, the biggest thing with a smoky eye that I find that I see is women do not blend the color. When you're doing a smoky eye, the biggest thing you want to remember is you have to blend. You have to blend the color. So like take for instance, with you today, I applied like a soft black all over, but you notice how I kept, with another brush I went in and I kept blending, because that's what it is. You smoke the color out. Okay. So you place the color, but then you smoke the color out. Okay. So that's what people don't do. They don't smoke the color out. They just apply it, and it's like, okay, you just got black on your eyes. Yeah. But you need to smoke it out. You need to blend it out. So the brushes, the basic shadows, could you sort of link? Can we contact you and you can just sort of like, can people contact you and ask these questions? I think Q&A. Yeah. I think Q&A is really important because I'm just asking what I. Yeah. Well, you know what people do, like I said earlier, if you have questions for me, and you want me to demonstrate something on the show, or actually address something on the show, all you have to do is they can just email me. Go to my email, marcusuter1610@gmail.com, or you can go to my Instagram page or my Facebook page. You can DM me. So if you have a question, and I can pull the question and answer that question on the next show. Yeah. Which I think is very important. Just make sure you include your first name and just the city that you live, so I can give you a shout out, so that people know where you're from and that you asked the question. So, yeah. So you said HD foundation. HD powder. HD powder. Yeah, high definition powder. So that's the powder that we use in television. And because you're on camera today, I want to use a very high definition powder so you don't look powdery. It just looks like skin. Okay. That high definition powder is so finely milled, it's like dust. It has no weight to it, so you don't look all powdery. Okay. You know what I'm saying? How do you? It looks like skin. How do you find a good, like, what is there a particular brand you prefer? I like a brand called Pure. Okay. Pure Cosmetics, Pure Cosmetics. They have a great high definition. Okay. Translucent powder. The translucent powder will match anybody's skin tone. Okay. So I love that, and it works very, very well. Okay. Yeah. So with lips, what colors? I like a bold red. Sometimes I like very neutral colors. How does one really choose something? What do you suggest for an evening out? I know darks are fine for evening out, but sometimes I'll fall into this thing where I like a dark eye, but I like a dark lip, but it's too much. Yeah, the way that I approach makeup, if I'm going to apply a smoky eye, if I'm going to do a smoky eye, then I'm going to do a nude lip. Now, if I'm going to do a very, very nude eye with hardly any eye makeup on, I'll throw a false lash on, I'll do a liner, and then I'll do a bold lip. Okay. So I do very, very light eyes, and then a bold red lip or a bold plum lip or whatever, a bold brown lip, whatever you want to do is fine. Sometimes when you do both, you start crossing that line into hard. Yes. And I never want women to look hard. I want women to look beautiful. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I approach that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When it comes to just, you can tell me when to stop asking questions, because honey, I got about how many? We've been together 30 years. Right, exactly. I got about 30 years of questions.
Exactly. Whenever I'm doing her makeup, she's always like, "Why did you do that? What did you do?"
Yeah, because I wrote something down. Right. So how do I get I know when you do my makeup, it's there all day. Now I know you can say, well, setting spray and all this kind of.
Yeah. So there are two things you can do to keep your makeup intact. You can put a primer on before you start your makeup. So you do your moisturizer and then put a primer, or you don't even do moisturizer, just go straight to primer. So sometimes I'll do moisturizer just around the eyes, and then I'll do primer every place else.
Okay.
And so what that does is that holds. That's you're holding the makeup before you start. Okay. So that's putting a base on to prime your skin for the makeup, to hold the makeup. Then I'll do all of the makeup, and then I'll spray your face with the makeup setting spray. Mm-hmm. Now the purpose of the setting spray is to hold the makeup for hours and hours, and so it looks fresh for hours and hours. Yeah. And that's what you would do.
Because I hold on. When you do my makeup, I try to hold on to it for at least 24 hours.
And then also, you guys, I'm going to tell you sometimes what you could do too. If you use, what I do sometimes is I go in with certain areas, with what I call a color stay powder on top of the HD powder. And what that does, it just catches so that makeup holds for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So I'll take a little bit of that color stay powder and I'll go in.
I'm gonna take yours. You got something?
You ain't get my powder.
Give me that powder. I ain't get that powder. You don't need that powder. You don't need it. Give me that powder. I have mold. So I have mold. You can't tell because Marcus is like, how do you cover things?
So what you could do is once you're off. This is a problem that I see a lot of women fall into too, because they may have a few little areas of discoloration. Yeah. They pile heavy makeup all over it because they feel like
I do that. Yeah.
So you don't do that. You put a light coat on to cover your face, and then you go back in and you add more to those specific areas that you need to cover more. Yeah. You still cover everything heavy. You can go back into those specific areas and add more foundation. In regards to your moles, what I did is I went in and I tapped the few little moles that she has on her neck. I tapped those. And then I went back in with a sponge and I piled the additional foundation on top of each mold. So I wasn't trying to cover your whole neck with heavy foundation. Right. I was just covering those specific areas, tapping, not wiping, because then you wipe it off.
Because that's what I do. Yeah. I wipe.
Yeah, you tap the color on top of those areas that you want to cover more. And once you have those covered, you go in with your HD powder and then it sets it.
And you know what the thing is that these things they seem so basic when you're talking to me. Yeah. But when I'm by myself, it's a catastrophe. It's just a mess. It's a catastrophe. I'm like, when you're doing it, I'm like taking notes. And I'm recording what you're doing. I'm like, I can do this. And then when you leave and I wash my face, baby, bye. It's over.
Okay. So do we have time for maybe one more question?
You can sure cut me off. Marcus is. Let me see what happened when Marcus came over here. I'm telling on you.
Oh, you're telling me.
I'm telling on you. This Marcus, friendly, loving, baby. Marcus was a tea. I said that I want no tea. I said, dang. I said, would you like some water? I said, I just had a cup of coffee. I'm like, Marcus, what? And then this. You said, would you like to ask me one more question? That's probably the way of cutting me off. Okay, this is the cutoff. And the question is, I don't have a question. I ain't got no more questions. I got cut off. Why did you become a makeup artist? Last question, because Marcus just cut me off.
Somebody asked me that question a couple weeks ago. Okay. They asked if makeup was still my passion or if it was something that I was just good at. Yeah. I thought it was a really great question. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of you have seen some of my interviews before in my magazine interviews, and I basically tell how I got into makeup and all that. It was really something that happened organically. It's not something that I had really intended to do. And that's why when I'm actually when I'm coaching new people or working with new young people, I'm mentoring them. I tell them it's very important to always have a plan, but it's just as important to always be open to other things that can happen to you. Because when you're open like that, it can change the whole trajectory of your life. And you find your life. Because when you find your passion, you find your life.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
When you find
find your passion, you find your life. So it's important to have a plan. So I had a plan. I thought I was going to be a fashion buyer or a fashion coordinator, which I did do for a small period of time, or an art director, which I've done in my career.
Yeah.
But this opportunity came along as an artist, as a makeup artist. After I graduated from college, I went to makeup school too, but not thinking that I'm going to be a makeup artist. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking that. I still was thinking that I'm going to be a fashion buyer or whatever. And this opportunity presented itself, and I said, "Oh, this is great. Let me try this." Yeah. And then, because I did that, because I was open to doing that, almost 40 years later, I've had this amazingly wonderful, blessed career because I was open and decided that, and I was good at it, and then it became a passion because, the passion was really, again, making people feel good about themselves. I absolutely love that when I can make someone feel good about who they are. And what I have to tell you, when I first started doing makeup, I thought what I was doing was pretty trivial. I thought it wasn't important. Oh, I just, because I have friends who are like you, pro, officials, pro boxing, officials and judges, and I have friends who are doctors and lawyers and all these things that are, that you always feel something's more important. And I thought, I just put lipstick on people. Well, it's not that important. But I have this particular incident where this woman called me because her daughter was in a terrible car accident, 2 months before her wedding. Her face went through the windshield. And so her mother called me and said, we need somebody who can come in, who's experienced with this kind of thing. And do you think you could help? And I said, I would love to kind of come in and try to help your daughter so she feels beautiful and looks beautiful for her wedding. So I went in, and because I had a background in theatrical makeup and special effects, I went in with all my little, spatulas and all my little equipment. And I spent about 2 hours, 2.5 hours on her makeup. And I was determined to cover as many of those scars as I could. And I did. I covered, you could hardly see anything. And when her mother saw her, she went, oh my God. And her daughter was, was crying, oh my God, look at God. So, and that moment was an epiphany for me. It changed the way that I saw myself, because we all are important. Everything, all of us are part of that tapestry of the world. Yeah. We all are part of that. So everything we do, we're all connected in some way. And so that reminded me, Marcus, what you do is important too. You can change someone's life because you make them feel good about themselves. You make them remember who they are.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And you know what you do? You transcend people. You do. You make me feel so special.
Yeah. Well, you are special.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. Really.
Yeah.
You make me feel so beautiful.
Yeah.
And the makeup, but the way you treat me.
Yeah.
The way you handle me.
Yeah.
With so much love and care.
But it's one thing is I do love you very, very much. You're like my family. You're my family.
I'm like your
Wait. I said you are my family.
Oh, okay.
You're my family.
I am family.
Right. So
we are family.
You know what I mean?
We are family. But also, even in that.
Yeah. But also at the same time, I think it's important. People always ask me this. They say, Marcus, do you treat celebrities differently than you treat, normal people who sit in your chair? I said, no, everybody who sits in my chair is a celebrity.
That's right.
I treat everybody the same.
With
the same care.
And love.
And compassion and respect.
And,
Everybody the same.
And you make
There's no difference.
Yeah. And see, and that's the beauty of you too. You bring that to the table, that everyone is loved on. Everyone is treated beautifully. Everyone is treated lovely.
Everybody is just as important. The only difference is some people have more zeros behind their chest. But everybody's the same.
Well, that just said it right there.
Okay.
But it doesn't change a thing.
It doesn't change anything.
Yeah. But you also make us look, because you look in the mirror sometimes and you need that because it makes me, this face ain't getting washed, baby, until like, I don't know, midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, because I feel special. You understand? Like you say, you are special. I do love you. But what you bring to the table, what you do when you touch us, not just with your kindness, but with your gift, your talent, your gift. We so damn loving. But no, really, when you touch me, I feel beautiful. I don't look like this all the time. Who has?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You look like this all the time.
Yes, I do.
Without makeup. We talked about that this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
But you are. You're beautiful without makeup.
But this is still special.
Well,
for me.
Yeah, for you.
I don't get this.
Yeah.
And how often do I do this?
Yeah.
This doesn't happen to me often. It doesn't. I don't walk around with, honey, I don't get Marcused that often. When Marcuses me, I'm done. This is special. This face ain't get washed. I'm telling you. You think I'm joking? I'm gonna do a FaceTime with you. Well, I can FaceTime because we'll answer the phone. But
just answer this phone.
I might be like, maybe Saturday I'll get a response. But honey, I'm gonna take a Saturday, be like, oh honey, I was busy. 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna have this face, and I'm gonna take videos and photos. I'm gonna send it to you, and tomorrow Marcus gonna say, "Don't ever contact me that late. Try to show me no makeup." But it makes me feel so beautiful, and so I feel special.
Well, you are special.
But I look special.
Right.
You make me look like I don't get this often. I love it. Like everyone does. Mwah, we just be kissing. Yeah. One more.
So you guys, we are going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with life lessons. Okay, you guys, I just want to end today talking about, we hear the words divisive, tolerance, and differences. Oh my God, I'm so tired of hearing the word divisive. And one word that I particularly do not like, I do not like tolerance. Because I don't want to be tolerated.
No.
It's like you go to dinner and you sitting outside and you batting away flies.
Yeah.
You tolerate them because they're there, but you really don't want them there.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel about tolerance.
Yeah.
What do you feel? Don't you feel that?
I think it's just a word that cheats me. It cheats me. So it's a cheating word.
Yeah.
I don't want to tolerate anything. It's like I don't want to be there. I don't want a part of it, but I'll deal with it.
Right.
I don't want to have to deal with it.
Yeah, who wants to be just dealt with?
No.
No. And differences, I think what we have to learn that differences are beautiful. Every race, every ethnic group, we're all different, but if we allow ourselves to be, we all fit beautifully into this fabric, this tapestry of the world, if we allow ourselves that. But for some reason, we don't allow ourselves.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate we don't allow ourselves to fit.
Yeah.
If we all just appreciate. So I end the show with a quote. And the quote today is, "It is not our differences that divide us. It is our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate them." That's what divides us. Our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate our differences. That is what divides us.
That's so unfortunate.
And that's so unfortunate because it is a lesson we have not learned as a society. And why can't we learn that lesson? Why can't we celebrate those things about us that make us beautiful and different and unique? And we all have different gifts and different talents that we offer into that tapestry, that pot of the fabric of the world. So we need to learn that.
Absolutely. God don't make no mistakes. And
Amen.
we all bring something incredible.
All bring something beautiful and incredible.
Everybody
brings something different and beautiful.
And you can learn.
And you can learn from different people. You can learn. You can grow.
You can travel the world through a meal with a person from a different place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can travel the world.
Travel the world. And I have.
Through people.
Because I've been open.
Yeah.
To different people.
Yeah, you can travel the world through meeting.
Yeah, and different customs and different ways of living.
Culture.
You travel the entire world. That's a great way of looking at it. That's a great way.
Yeah, I can travel the world.
Right.
Through meeting someone new.
Exactly.
You know what I say? I don't have any enemies. They're just friends I haven't met yet.
Amen. Amen to that. So take that with you today, you guys. I hope you have an incredible Sunday. Thank you so much for popping in and spending part of your Sunday with Cassandra and I. We really appreciate it. And you guys, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share the channel with your family and your friends. And please ask them to subscribe. This is a free channel, so all of this information you're getting on this channel is free. And remember, as always, what did we say? Please be good to yourself. It starts with you. Be good to yourself. And then be kind. It's so less. You spend so much less energy.
It's so easy.
It's so easy.
And it's fun.
Yes. Be kind to everybody that you meet. But most importantly, Cassandra and I both know, we know that love will find you today. All right, you guys. See you next time. Thank you, honey. I love you.
I love you. And I love you too.
See you guys next time.